Let's have math story time. In a football game, a positive yellow team gained 6 yards on first down and then lost 10 yards on second down. Where are they now? Now, in football game, scores are added. So, gained 6 yards, that means it's positive, plus lost 10 yards, that means negative 10. So if we are going to add these two numbers, we have 6 plus negative 10 is equal to negative 4. Or if you're going to subtract 10 units, then we have 6 minus 10 is equal to negative 4. Now, when using a number line, what happens when you take away a negative integer from another integer? Or what happens when you take away a positive integer from another integer? So let's subtract integers using number line. When subtracting integers using a number line, we jump on the right if we take away a negative integer from another integer. On the other hand, we jump to the left when taking away positive integer from another integer. Taking away negative integers means moving away from the negative side. To understand this rule, let's have example. We have negative 3 minus 5 is equal to n. So this is a number line. So we plot first the negative 3. We have first the negative 3 in the number lines here. Okay, so that's the negative 3. Put it here. Then you subtract it to 5. Now, if you are going to take away a positive sign or a positive integer, then you have to jump to the left 5 times because it's 5. So we have here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we end here in negative 8. Then our answer for negative 3 minus 5 is negative 8. Let's have another one. We have 4 minus 7 is equal to n. So let's locate 4 in the number line. 4 is positive, so put the point here. Then when you subtract it to 7, which is also positive, so if you are going to take away a positive number, you move or jump to the left, and then it's 7 times. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So our answer is negative 3. So 4 minus 7 is negative 3. Next, negative 6 minus negative 3 equals n. So let's locate first the negative 6. Negative 6 is here. Then, if you are to take away negative 3, then you move or you jump to the right 3 times because that's a given. So we have here 1, 2, 3. We jump to the right because the sign is negative. So if you are going to take away a negative number, you move or you jump to the right. If you're going to take away a positive number, you move or you jump to the left. So the answer is negative 3. Okay. Next, 2 minus negative 5. So we have here 2. Then minus negative 5. So if it's negative, we move to the right. And it's 5. So we move 5 moves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so our answer is 7 or positive 7. So that's how you subtract integers using a number line. Let's have another story problem. 2 trains depart from Manila. Train A went south and is now 12 meters away from Manila, while train B travels north and is now 5 meters away from Manila. How far are the trains from each other? So when you're talking about far, that means it's the distance traveled. Now let's solve this story problem using a colored chips. So how do we subtract using colored chips? In subtracting integers using colored chips, you cancel out the chips according to what is asked. Now add 0 pairs if necessary. Okay, so let's go back to the meaning of 0 pair. A pair of positive and negative integer is called 0 pair. A positive and a negative integer cancel out each other. So let's solve the story problem. Let's go back. 2 trains depart from Manila and the train A went south. So when you say south, that represents negative, therefore that's negative 12. Then you subtract it to 5 meters away from Manila, which is going north, then that's positive. So our equation here is negative 12 minus 5 is equal to n. So when you say negative 12, okay, so we have 12 red chips, that represents negative. So it's 12, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and we put red because that represents negative. Then if we are going to subtract 5, which is 5 positive, and we need 5 yellow chips, but we don't have it here. We only have 12 red chips or 12 negative chips. All you have to do is to add 5 0 pairs. When you say 0 pairs, it has a positive and a negative chips. So we have 5 0 pairs. So we have first, second, third, fourth, fifth. Why did we add 5 0 pairs? So that we can have 5 positive here. Because we cannot add if we just put 5 positive here without the other pair, which is the red ones. The rule in subtracting integers is to cancel out what is asked and add 0 pairs if necessary. This time, we can now cancel out 5 positive since we have it here. Therefore, we cancel this out and the remaining chips are 17. So 17, and since they are red, therefore it's negative 17. Now let's go back to the question, how far are the trains from each other? Since we are talking about the distance or how far, then we answer it with the absolute value, which is the 2 trains are 17 meters away from each other. Let's have more examples. I have here 1 minus negative 5 is equal to n. So we solve this equation using colored chips. 1 represent, and that is positive, so we have 1 chip. So this chip here without a shade, that means this is positive. So we are going to subtract 5 red chips, but we don't have 5 red chips. We only have 1 chip, which is positive. All we have to do is to add 5 0 pairs, because if we have 5 0 pairs, we have 5 positive and we have 5 negative. So we have 5 red, and 5 red means negative, and then 5 yellow or 5 positive. So we leave this with no shade, that represents our positive chips, and this one is we shade the negative number, which is or negative red chips. So we have here the representation of 1 minus negative 5. We can now cancel out this negative 5 because we have 5 red chips already. Then the remaining chips we have is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 positive chips, or our answer for 1 minus negative 5 is 6, or positive 6. Next, 3 minus 5 is equal to n. So we have 3 positive chips. Then we are going to take away or to remove or to cancel out 5 positive chips. But we only have 3. So what we are going to do is to add two 0 pairs so that we can have another 2 positive, but there's other 2 negative also. But this time, we can now cancel out 5 positive or 5 positive chips, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the remaining chips we have is 2 red chips or negative 2. So again, 3 minus 5 is equal to negative 2. Next, we have negative 9 minus negative 4. So what we have is negative 9 or 9 negative chips or 9 red chips. So we draw negative 9 or 9 red chips, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we shade it. So that means that these chips are negative. Then we need to take away 4 red chips. We have that, so we don't need to add 0 pair. So we can cancel this out. 4 red chips, and our remaining chips now is 5 red chips, or we have negative 5 is the answer. Next, negative 7 minus 2 is equal to n. So what we have is 7 red chips, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, then shade it. That represents negative chips or red chips. Then we need to cancel out, or we need to subtract 2 positive chips because this is 2, this is positive, and we don't have that. So we add 2 0 pairs so that we can have 2 positive chips. Okay, then we can now cancel out 2 positive, and the remaining chips is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, then since it's red, negative, that is negative 9. Next, 8 minus negative 3. So I have here 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 positive chips. That's all I have. But I need to subtract or to cancel out 3 red chips. But I don't have that, so I need to add 3 0 pairs, okay, so that I can have 3 red chips. Then I can now cancel these 3 chips, 3 negative chips, and the remaining chips, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So we have 11, and then it's positive or yellow chips, then the answer is positive 11. And in subtracting integers using colored chips, you cancel out the chips according to what is asked. Now add 0 pairs if necessary.